Hello and welcome to SAP TechEd and Decode in Las Vegas. I am Tony Thomasis and I am fortunate enough to share a couch with two esteemed colleagues. I have Labinot and John. We've seen a lot of new technology at SAP TechEd and Decode. So much technology that it's making my head spin. If customers are on older versions of R3, ERP, and BW, Labinot, how can we help them with Solution Manager? Come off the old and onto the new without too much damage to the business as usual?
That's a good question, Tony. I think this is I guess with new innovation and new technology that SAP is driving, it's going to be essential, I think, to adopt tools to enhance this adoption of innovation that SAP is bringing to market. So Solution Manager can really help them out in many different areas when it comes to upgrading their systems, but also managing the entire life cycle of Solution Manager or the application. So from an upgrade perspective, there's tools like a change impact analysis or a scope enhance analyzer that helps customers really assess the impact and effort they need to actually adopt some of this innovation, and also helping them assessing the cost and effort from testing and so on and so forth. So there's tools all around the life cycle, anywhere from adopting new or running the project in Solution Manager to change management to test and automation, all the way to running and enhancing from an operation perspective and monitoring and root cause analysis and so on and so forth.
I've heard a lot of tools. I'm really worried this is going to cost me a lot of money. Where do I have to buy all these tools from? How much is it going to cost me, and what's the implementation time? So where do we get the tools, Labinot?
Good question. So actually, there's a lot of confusion out there. What is Solution Manager? How much it costs me? Yeah. Solution Manager actually for enterprise support customers comes as part of their contract.
So there's already included in what we're paying for the maintenance?
That is correct. So Solution Manager is included. There's no additional cost to all the things that I just discussed, leveraging. As long as you are an enterprise support customers, you're entitled to leverage Solution Manager and all the capabilities around too. And not only actually for SAP, can go beyond non-SAP product as well. So the usage rights go beyond just the SAP products.
Okay. So a question for you, John. As an SAP guy, we're a little bit worried about versions of Solution Manager. A lot of the older customers in the ecosystem talk about version 7.0, and they have fear to go to the latest version. What is the latest version of Solution Manager, and how much pain am I going to incur going from the old to the new? Will I lose anything? Can I take all my logs for my ITSM? Can I take all my change control logs? What am I going to lose? How much is this going to cost me?
Well, moving from our previous now out of maintenance Solution Manager 7.0 environment going to 7.1, we have a clear upgrade path. So as with any upgrade, particularly with SAP Solution Manager, you perform an upgrade versus a clean install, all of your data is protected. So any customer can be guaranteed that their data, their work that they've done in the previous release of Solution Manager will be protected when they perform the upgrade. However, after they perform the upgrade, what will be wide open to them are the fabulous enhancements that are core to the current productive Solution Manager 7.1 release.
Nice. So a lot of the new products here, they have a very flashy flavor. Everybody's talking about UI5, dashboards, metrics. There's a lot of talk that Solution Manager used the old style ALV reports and line graphs. Will I get some of the new flashy functionality with the latest version of Solution Manager? Will SP12 give me some of the latest stuff that is going to put me in the same ballpark as the other products around the place?
The user experience are one of the main improvements with Solution Manager 7.1. We're using the latest CRM web UI for IT service management functions along with change request management. Also, we've enhanced our Work Center user interface We also have management dashboards that are available that are they're taking advantage of the user experience. Bottom line is a core component of development with Solution Manager, not only where we are today, but also going forward into the future.
So the new version of SAP GUI and the new version of the business client are going to be just fine with Solution Manager?
Absolutely. We are still using portions of that, but our long-term direction is to move away from GUI-based transactions and user interfaces and adopt our latest user experience products.
Nice. So Labinot, you've seen this in real life. Tell me about the adoption of SP12. Would you say it's marginal, good, or otherwise?
Yeah, I think Support Pack 12 is fairly new, but I think what's important to note for the customers, I think, is that SP12 is going to be actually delivers a lot of functionality that's going to be the latest support pack that includes a lot of functionality until going to the 7.2. So I think that it's a strong recommendation to our customers to go SP12. There's an enhancement across the different processes in Solution, and anywhere from change management to operation. So I would strongly recommend. We see actually a lot of customers, at least we're working or helping them, recommending or going to SP12 from that perspective. And I think that the other thing I want to add to that is I think that going to 12, there's also a lot of value that you can add to business, right? Okay. So it's very important that somebody understands the value of all these different pieces. So there's a lot of innovation that's actually business consumed, because fairly a lot of times Solution Managers, it's tend to be used to see more of an IT tool versus being a more of a collaboration tool between business and IT, because there's a lot of process that cross-breed between business and IT. So I think that's important. And as John mentioned, the usability with 7.1 really can enhance that adoption by showcasing that to business and in different stakeholders within an organization.
So I'm convinced I'm going to do the SP12 upgrade, okay? Let's fill in the gaps for the viewers. How do I set out a roadmap of processes, tools, and innovations which will help to lower the total cost of ownership of running a very complex landscape? So most of my customers and most of the landscapes for SAP around the world will include an ERP, a BW, maybe a CRM. These days, possibly a HANA, maybe some SAP Mobility and a Faria. So if I have quite a complex landscape, maybe 80 systems, how do we set out a roadmap of processes, technology, and make sure that people actually understand how to use the tools and we promote the adoption?
Excellent question. I think this is kind of the biggest challenge, right? Being in this industry for more than 10 years doing Solution Manager, I think we've seen challenges, right? But also an opportunity to adopt Solution Manager and how to drive that. So my strong recommendation, and we do a lot of this with our customers, is really helping them understand and putting that roadmap you're talking about. Where do I start? What are the dependencies of different processes? One thing very interesting about SAP has done is that they worked with customer and some of the top max attention customer. So they defined what are some of the SAP standards, end-to-end standards to run this. And so what SAP then has done is they looked at ITIL as a best practice, because ALM is a subset of that. And they have 11 core business processes they introducing with that. So what's interesting, I think, with Solution Manager from that is the processes are there, the tools are there. It's more of a putting together and enabling the organization and people to start leveraging. So from a tool adoption perspective, SAP provides the processes. They provide the tools to support all those 11 core processes. It's a challenge of how do I build that roadmap and where do I start, right? Sometimes it also depends where you stand in your organization. If you have a new upcoming project, we see a lot of opportunities to take that project and adopt ALM. Or if you're maybe in an optimization phase where you want to get better and nimbler, faster, that's maybe you do in part of the operational cost. But it's very critical that you define that, because a lot of pillars in ALM, and I break those pillars in 5 areas. You need to have ALM foundation in place. Then it starts with business process management, understanding what you're running in production, what business processor you're running. How do I document that they're not documented? Because that's, I call it probably the foundation, right? Then we start into test management and build. What are the tools from automation and testing my processes? And then the other pillar is ITSM and change management, right? That's a big pillar, right? How do I do change in ITSM, service best, service catalog? And the last pillar is really the operation. You know, application operation and business operation. So understanding these 5 pillars and where do they fit in the roadmap is going to be critical, how you adopt Solution Manager.
Nice. John, any AGS services to help us? Do you have some sort of rapid deployment to help customers understand how to integrate some of the tools into existing processes?
Absolutely, especially for our enterprise support-based customers. A key untapped area within the SAP ecosystem is our Enterprise Support Academy. Okay. We have recorded Meet the Experts. We have an offering called Expert Guided Implementations, which actually help our customers step by step implement and integrate our latest best practices into their current processes.
Let me get this straight. You will teach me how to use the tools if I hook up with an expert guided implementation session?
Come from the comforts, as I say, from the comforts of your home, from the comforts of your organization. You have multiple customers for one expert in a remote session, and in a nutshell, teaches you to fish.
How much is this going to cost me, John?
It is part of your enterprise support value statement. So it's for free, F-R-E-E.
Very nice.
So that's one example. And Tony, just on the previous topic, we didn't plan our topics and our questions, but to show you the user experience, just wanted to highlight to you the adoption of an HTML5 dashboard.
Hang on, John. This looks suspiciously like UI5.
It
looks like
UI5.
a lot of stuff out on the floor.
Absolutely.
It looks very Fiori-like.
Absolutely.
Are you telling me that Solution Manager is using the same tools as everybody else? Are you sipping your own champagne here?
Absolutely. We're drinking our own champagne.
This is good stuff.
Once again, we are prototyping this type of UI currently. We hope to be able to roll this out to all of our customers sometime in a very short term.
John, let's just make sure it's a real one.
It's a real one. It's consuming real data.
This is good
it's
stuff.
meant as to support operational control center type views. And also, wouldn't you love to be able to hand this over to your CIO to help and allow the CIO, him or her, to be able to keep their finger on the pulse of their business?
This just might help me get that promotion that I so deserve, John. So if I could get this in front of the right person.
I'm in total agreement with that. But
how soon can I have it, John? It looks great. I want it.
As I say, right now we're prototyping it.
Yep.
And based on the feedback that we're receiving from a few of our Max Attention customers, we'll take that feedback, we'll roll it back into the product, and I hope in the near future we'll be able to roll this out. And again, no promises, but I hope possibly by the end of the year we'll have some good news about this.
You heard it first at SAP TechEd and Decode in Las Vegas. Possibly by the end of the year, we're going to get the flashy UI5. It looks like a good morning welcome to my landscape chart.
It's meant to be simple.
This is good.
Very usable.
Very nice.
For key stakeholders, both within the lines of business and IT, to manage the solution.
And I just want to add maybe something for the users. I think this is good to know that SAP will deliver this, but innovation from a customer can go way beyond what SAP delivers. You can deliver on top of Solution Manager your own UI5 dashboards and everything, because SAP delivers gateway and all the mechanisms and services on top of Solution Manager.
Hang on here, there's a gateway in Solution Manager.
That's correct.
So I can use the open APIs here to develop my own UI5 and the OData will come to me.
That's correct.
No way.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's I think key to this, because as part of Solution Managers, as most of you know, there's a whole BW component to it. So we're collecting the data. Now it's up to you, to your imagination, what you can do, build new application on top of it. And it's a cross-browser support, so you can do it in your web because of UI5 support.
It doesn't sound like my grandpa's Solution Manager. Is it really evolved from the 7.0 days to this?
Well, one example is new to Solution Manager 7.1 are, as Labinot was talking about, our new mobile apps.
Okay.
So anytime, anywhere, a number of key functions such as technical monitoring, incident management, change management, you have the ability to consume mobile apps. So when key stakeholders, once again within the business or IT, are here at TechEd, they can still have access to their systems and help support it.
Can I get this from the Play Store or from iTunes?
This is directly from iTunes or
Today,
Google Play.
right now.
Right now,
How much
you
is it going
can,
to cost me, John?
for free as part of enterprise support.
All right, this is good stuff.
So once again, the foundation is SAP Enterprise Support. Yep. These are available for download, and you could start to consume them. And as Labinot indicated, the gateway services to enable an intranet scenario are available directly in Solution Manager today. So the configuration and implementation is just a few hours of configuration, and you're off and running.
So folks, in summary, the Solution Manager product has come a long way. We actually deserve to be on some of the stands and compete with some of the technology around here. We've got the flashy front end, we've got the hardcore back end, and we've got a bunch of processes to supplement the way customers do BAU, business as usual.
Absolutely.
Guys, it's been an absolute pleasure to spend a couple of minutes on the couch with you guys. Maybe we can go and spend a couple of dollars on on one of the slots, or perhaps have a couple of beers. What do you think?
Absolutely, would love to.
I'm all for it.
You heard it here. These two guys are shouting me, beer.